This is it, Lady J. The new ACRM. This robot drone will allow us to fight Cobra without even being in the field. Oh, that's pretty good. But he doesn't seem to have a lot of weapons now, does he? Oh, yeah? ACRM, activate weapons protocol. ACRM, weapons boot up protocol initiated. Well, now, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah, especially if you consider the price. Hey, and welcome to the 11th episode of KREED'S Modern Mondays. My name's Creed, and today we're taking a look at the final faction, Augmented Combat Rescue Mech, or the ACRM, and the Mech Weapons Pack, Air Assault, which is a really cool pack of accessories for the figure. The Final Faction toy line is sold exclusively at Dollar Tree, and each of these items is only $1 each. And that, my friends, is an incredible deal. In an era where most action figures will run you $11 to $25, it's super refreshing to be able to drop $2 and get something this cool. The ACRM is sold by himself with no accessories, but as I said, for $1 you can add all this cool equipment to him. As far as I know, the line launched in 2020, and I picked this guy up last summer. I've actually been sitting on him for a while. On the back of the package, you can see they went the extra mile with a file card that breaks down the strength and abilities of the mech robot, as well as a little bit of background information about him. Here's a closer look at it. If you'd like to read it, pause now. Below the file card, you can see all the figures available in Series 1, as well as the background story. And they even have a cartoon that you can watch by scanning the icon right here. On the back of the Air Assault accessory pack, you can see it breaks down all the different items like the arm cannons, back booster, leg booster, and wings. And if you'd like to read all that for yourself, you can go ahead and pause now. But I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out of their packaging. So I just cut along the seam there, and there we go. We got ACRM out of his plastic prison. Now let me do the same with the Air Assault pack and pull all these weapons out of here, and there he is. ACRM fully loaded with his Air Assault weapons pack. I can't believe this guy cost me $2. What an incredible value. And even though he lacks some articulation, he is still an excellent figure. I mean, especially for the price. I can see toy customizers jumping all over this guy. Hell, I'm even thinking about getting a few and customizing them. As we get closer in on ACRM, you can see they did not slack on the detail. This mold is fantastic. His head sculpt is really excellent, and the metallic paint here on the body is a nice touch. They definitely took a page from the Centurion's toy line from the mid-'80s with the different ports all over his body, like here on his chest and his forearm, as well as on top of his shoulder. The Centurions introduced this idea of multiple ports all over the figure's body and accessory packs you could buy, and then all the gear was interchangeable and you could just have a blast putting it on however you felt like. Applying that idea to a smaller scale figure is brilliant, especially considering the accessory packs only cost $1 each. It's a lot easier for kids to collect all of it. And you're really getting a nice toy for that price point. Like I said, the detail is top notch, the paint is actually nice, and even though it only has 5 points of articulation, it's still pretty good. And it has more accessory ports on the knees, feet, and also on the back of the figure. Now we're going to take a look at ACRM's articulation. So here at the hips, he does have a 90-degree bend up, and it goes back a little bit. Not too much, but some. Here at the shoulder, he has a joint that can go up and around full 360 degrees if you wanted it to. The neck, of course, can turn left, and it can also turn right. And that is it. That covers all 5 points of articulation for ACRM. Now we're going to start taking a look at the Air Assault pack with the back booster as the first piece. It looks like this is the jet engines here, but I guess it could be the intake. But I don't see any engines on the back, so I'm going to assume that's the bottom. It's pretty simple. It's hollow with 2 pegs on the back and it lacks paint. But when you plug it in, it looks pretty sick. And it definitely adds a lot to the character. In addition to the jetpack, you also get a set of wings. Again, they lack paint, but they are detailed enough that you can totally tell what they are. And I think they look pretty good. They use the same peg system, of course. So you can stick them anywhere there's a port on the body. So you could put them on the back of the shoulders, you could put them on the top, You could also put them on the forearms if you wanted to. But I have to say, out of all the places you can put them, my two favorites are here on the back of the shoulders, and then I really like the idea that he can wield them like they're swords. If you put one of the wings in his hand, it looks like a futuristic double-bladed sword to me, and I like that a lot. But if you don't want to get up close and personal with a sword, then you can use these arm cannons that provide extra firepower via, of course, the same peg system. It's got a double barrel right here for laser blasting action. And much like the wings, you can put these wherever you want, especially on the forearms, but he can also hold it like a blaster. Or you can just mount it to his shoulder and then he doesn't have to lift his arms at all. He can just shoot people standing there. I'm old school though, so I really like him wielding it like it's a pistol, just like that. It looks pretty good. Also, you can have him on his forearms and have one swiveled up and one down. So I like the idea that they could just swivel up and around. He wouldn't even have to move his arms at all. The last two pieces of equipment included in the Air Assault Pack are these leg boosters. As you can see, they have the same jets as the jetpack, and they peg into the back of his legs right there. According to the back of the package, these boosters increase his mobility and his flight duration. And just like the jetpack, they add a lot of coolness and detail to the figure. It's amazing that for $1 extra you get all these amazing accessories. And there he is, fully decked out in all his gear. ACRM. Alright, it's size comparison time, and since I don't have a single figure from Final Faction, I figured I'd compare them to some G.I. Joes, which are basically the same height, or 3 3/4 inch scale. And here he is next to the 5.5 inch tall Masters of the Universe Origins Prince Adam. I feel like Final Faction would fit in best with your Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Captain Power figures. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today's Modern Monday on the Augmented Combat Rescue Mech, or the ACRM, and the Air Assault Mech Weapons Pack from the Final Faction toy line by Dollar Tree, I suppose, from 2020. On the back of the package, it says this toy line's distributed by Greenbrier International Incorporated, but I figure Dollar Tree is a lot easier to say. So what do you think of this toy line? Should I invest in more of it? I can pretty much buy every figure and all the accessories for about $13 or $14. So I might pick more up and review some more in the future. Just let me know if you're interested in that. I definitely think I'm going to go back and get a couple more ACRMs and the Air Assault Weapons Packs because I want to try some customization. I think this is a very low price point to try repainting and messing with a figure. That way if I screw it up too bad, I'm only out $1 or $2. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I do this 2 times a week generally with my vintage toy show, KREED'S Collection, on Wednesdays, and I do modern toy reviews on Monday on KREED'S Modern Mondays. So for next week, what would you guys like to see? I'm going to keep it kind of vague, but I'm going to give you a vote between Marvel, Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, and G.I. Joe. So which one of those would you like to see for next week? Let me know in the comments below, and please like and comment and subscribe and all the stuff you normally do. And I'll see you this Wednesday for KREED'S Collection and next Monday for KREED'S Modern Mondays.